in this video, we're going to focus on the back arm line and the back line of the body. So we're going to use a foam roller and a resistance band for this release and the activations. What I'd like you to do with your resistance band, if it's one of these extended resistance bands, is make a loop on either side. So just fold it over and then hold onto it and just tie a knot in one side and do the same thing to the other side. Now, we've spoken a bit in previous videos about the back lines of the body. So we're looking at, in the back arm line specifically, we're looking at those rhomboid major and minor muscles around about this area here. And we also want to look at the erector spinae muscles on either side. From postural issues and that kind of stuff, they can be overextended. And we're also going to need to release the pectoral muscles because the back and the front line also work in conjunction. So we want to lengthen the front line and we want to work on the back line. Another line of the body that we're also going to focus on is the deep core line. With the thumbs, we know that this is part of the deep core line. The big toes are part of the deep core line. So what we're going to bring into it is our breathing, which we know is important because we want to create space in the body that we can move into. So let's start off with the foam roller. We're going to bring it lengthways under the spine. So you're going to sit right at the base of the foam roller. So when you roll down, make sure your head is resting on the foam roller. It's going to be a nice challenge for your balance. So keep your hands available and your feet quite nice and wide apart. Here what we're going to do is just take a nice deep breath in and just open up. Lift the lower back off the mat, off the roller, and you're going to breathe out and tuck. Take a nice deep breath in, open up into the diaphragm and breathe out. Let's do another 2 and breathe out. And another 1 and breathe out. Bringing the elbows next to you on the mat. I want you to take one hand onto the sternum. Bring that hand that's on the mat facing up to the ceiling. And I want you to slide your fingers over the pectoral muscles. So give those pectoral muscles a really nice release. Work right under that clavicle, that bone up at the top. Moving across from the sternum to the armpit. Now another area we can get to the pectorals is under the armpit. So we're going to take the thumb onto the front of the chest, onto that pectoral muscle there, and then tuck the fingers into the armpit. And you're going to breathe in and squeeze that muscle between the thumb and those fingers, and you're going to really stretch it as you reach the elbow back. So we're working with something called tensegrity, a 2-directional pull. So the elbow is going up and we're pulling down, giving us a nice stretch into that area there. Take another nice deep breath in and pull back, and let's do one more and release. Just relax there and focus on your breathing. Nice deep diaphragmatic breath from the nose into the belly button. Now I'd like you to take the opposite hand and work from the sternum to the other shoulder. Stay where you are. I'm going to rotate so you can see what I'm doing. Palm facing up, massage from the sternum up towards that shoulder. Spread the fingertips out and really open up and release the chest. Now let's move on to that armpit. So you're going to take the thumb onto the front and the fingers into the armpit. Squeeze and stretch. Take a nice deep breath in and open up. Breathe out as you bring the elbow down. Squeeze and stretch and release. And the last one. Good. Bring the elbows back next to you and just focus on stretching and opening up across the chest there. Let's hold onto the shoulders, so cross over the chest. Take the feet slightly wider apart just to stabilize you. I want you to tuck and round your spine and just rock a bit from side to side. Just massaging from side to side over the spine and onto those erector spinae muscles on either side of the spine. Now the rhomboids will just be next to those muscles, overlapping a little bit. And you want to just stretch and just release that area. Let's extend the arms up to the ceiling. And I want you to hug the roller with the shoulder blades. So don't bend the elbows. I want you to focus on the movement coming from the shoulder blades. And we're going to increase the space in the diaphragm as we breathe in and open up. Breathe out. Focus on hugging that roller with the shoulder blades. Breathe into that open position. Breathe out and tuck. Reach those arms up. Take a nice deep breath in and open up. And breathe out and tuck. So you're really stretching and lengthening the front of the chest and activating those rhomboid muscles at the back of the body. And reach. Let's increase the movement and bring the arms next to the ears. Take them as far as you can and breathe out and tuck. Breathe in and open. And breathe out and tuck. 2 more. And breathe out and tuck. Just let your chin go with the flow. Breathe in and open. And breathe out and tuck. Now I want you to take your resistance band and I want you to bring each loop around the thumb. So the thumb is part of that core line as well as that front arm line. If it's a little bit short, then just wrap it onto the little finger and actually hold it there in that position. Open it up as much as you can. And I want you to pull down. Now we can bend the elbows. And you're stretching across, pulling down. If you're not getting enough resistance, then I would shorten it in the center, the band. Just tie another loop. So we really want to focus on those bingo wings. The more we activate the back arm line with working into the rhomboids, because those lazy muscles often stay in an overextended position, the more we're going to work those bingo wings. So you shorten the resistance in the band if you need to. Loop the band around the thumbs. And let's pull down and open up. Breathe in as you open up and breathe out. So you're still focusing on hugging the roller with the shoulder blades, bend the elbows and work into those triceps. Breathe out and release. Again, a nice deep breath in, pull back and breathe out and release. Let's do another 2 and breathe out and release. And another 1 and breathe out and release. Let's release the resistance in the band. And now I want you to work with one leg and the opposite arm. So balance, stabilize yourself, and bring the band around the big toe. So again, we know that the big toe is part of that deep core line. So we want to focus a lot on our breathing. And here we're going to challenge our stabilizers as well as releasing down, continuing down the back line of the body. Lengthen the arm and the leg. Now we're going to keep them in the extended position and we're going to breathe in and lower down. So you're still focusing on hugging the roller with one shoulder blade and breathe out and lift. And breathe out and lift. Good. Nice, deep breath in. Focus on the out breath as well as you release. Keep the resistance and slowly release. Don't let it snap back into place. Breathe out and release. Let's do another 4. Breathe out. And 3. And breathe out and release. So we're working the front and the back arm line here and release. Last 2. And release. Keep that lower back pushing into the roller so you're supporting the lower back. From here, we're going to open up to the side and release. Breathe in and release. For 3 and release. Another 4 and release. 5 and release. Think about that shoulder blade. 6 and release. 2 more and release. 1 more and release. Good. Release the band from the big toe. Let's change to the other side. Bring the band onto the thumb. And here we go. So lengthen and stretch. Think of the shoulder blade and release. And release. Nice deep breath in. And release. So work both the front and the back arm lines of the body. Breathe in and stretch. And release. Keep going for 4. And release. And 3. And breathe out. 2. And breathe out. And 1. And breathe out. Open up. Side. And in. For 2. So lead with the thumb as you open up to the side and release. Breathe in. And breathe out. Keep going. 4 more. And release. And 3. And release. 2 more. And release. And the last one. And release. Good. Take the band off. Lengthen out. And just have a hug around the roller again. Let the spine just come into a bit of a neutral position, so lifting slightly off the roller and rock from side to side. Squeeze the glutes to help you stabilize yourself. Breathe. Focus on your breathing. Just rock from side to side and really get that roller into the shoulder blades. Let's bend the knees, bring the feet flat. Hug yourself and hold on to your shoulder blades. Tuck yourself under, and now you're rocking from side to side. So just getting a nice stretch into those rhomboids and those erector spinae muscles on either side of the spine. And then just lengthen again, have a nice deep breath in. And breathe out. Bring your chin to your chest, hands to your knees. Squeeze the glutes to help stabilize you on the roller. And a nice lift into that position. Let's just come onto the neck and bring the roller underneath. So bring that roller perpendicular and just release the neck. Push the shoulders down into the mat. Just releasing any tension coming up into the neck. Bring the arms next to the ears. Lift yourself up and just rock forward and back. And roll down through the spine. Hug the knees into the chest. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you bring the chin to the chest, breathe out. And come into a nice lifted position. Breathe in again. Open up across the chest. And that's just a few activations and some releases for that back arm line and the back line of the body.